Welcome back to UNX Fast Forward, your daily dose for everything ninja. I'm Ethan Swanson.
And I'm Chris Ganji, and we have our final open qualifier at Traverse Fitness out in California. That's coming up tomorrow, so make sure you catch that action where we get our next 3 men and 3 women. But today, we're doing our athlete predictions.
And before we get into the predictions for Traverse Fitness, we got to do a little something because of our predictions from last week where I was victorious on predictions.
Ethan, I admit Ethan got the win. He was more correct on the predictions. We both had very similar predictions, but he had Naj closer.
Don't do that. I won.
It was close.
Okay, you don't gotta try to spell it out. I won, so there's a punishment.
I don't take losing lightly.
So the punishment is, as I'm going through my predictions, Chris, you're gonna have to do some dead hangs in the background on the truss, and also you get to wear your face.
What? All right.
All right, get on over there.
All right, here we go. We're gonna
moseying.
So we're gonna jump into our athlete predictions. I'm gonna head to the back, and apparently we're gonna do this dead hang together.
We're not doing it together.
Well, we are.
Okay. All right, so going right into my predictions, and starting off with my third place pick, I'm going Megan Johnson. And she is just coming off of missing out on qualifying at alternate routes by 1 qualifying spot. And, she's competing here at Traverse Fitness. I think she's out for blood. I think she's really going to step it up and get that third place spot and qualify for the first major. Second place, I'm going with Jessie Graff. I mean, she's one of the best in the game. She's just getting back into competing a lot more and more. She's already qualified as one of our guaranteed athletes, and she podiumed at the last event. She's one of the best. I think it'd be crazy if I didn't go with her to take podium, and she's taking second place. First place, I'm going Barclay Stockett. It's going to be her first UNX qualifier, and she's one of the most powerful athletes ever. And I just think that whenever she steps foot on the course, she's going to show us something special and show us why she's one of the best. And I think she's going to be taking first place on the women's side in qualifying for our major event. And those are my predictions. Chris, you can come back.
Am I done?
Yeah, you're done.
All right.
Just keep that face handy because you got to do it again for the men's predictions. But
oh boy.
Yep.
Oh man. So no, I feel good. I'm trying to pace myself because I know you're long-winded.
Yeah.
So, but no, I like the picks. Barclay taking first place, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, who do you got?
So for my picks on the women's side, I'm going in third place, Megan Johnson, coming off of a little bit of a disappointment in Baltimore. She had a good run, but just failed on the log dash. I think she's going to learn from those mistakes. I think she wants that qualifying spot. She's got a little bit of extra motivation, so I'm going Megan Johnson in third place. In second place, I'm going Jessie Graff. We've talked about it so many times, how good she is about strategizing the course. Coming into a new gym here, I think she's going to look at this course and find some ways to be a little bit more efficient. It's a very quick course, and so those efficiencies are going to save time. I'm taking Jessie in that second place spot. And in first place, I'm going with Barclay Stockett. She's so powerful. We saw the course preview yesterday, and I think a lot of the obstacles in this course, they're big moves, they're powerful, and I think that plays to her gymnastics background, and I think her power, she's going to do very well in this course. I'm looking for her to take that first place spot. And then, so first place, I'm going to go with Barclay Stockett. Very similar picks.
The same picks.
The same exact picks.
Not only very similar, but that's interesting. I mean, those 3 athletes are so good. It's hard to go with anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the experience is what it comes down to. These athletes, they've been on American Ninja Warrior. They're experienced on a big stage. They've competed for so long that I'm going with experience in this competition.
Mm-hmm. But now let's take a look at the men's side of the competition. It's a little tougher. There's a lot more elite men competing here.
So on the men's side of things, in my third place spot, I'm going to go with Thomas Stillings. Thomas spent part of the year last year traveling, going to different American Ninja Warrior cities and testing out some of the obstacles. He's got a lot of obstacle experience, and the guy is really, really fast. And with a 3-minute time limit, I'm looking for him to take the third place spot. In second place, a guy with some extra motivation coming off of not qualifying at Ninja Quest, I'm going with Kevin Carbone. Kevin, I think he's a really fast athlete, and I think he's really smart, and so I think he's going to attack this course and take that second place spot. But in first place, a guy who has a track and field background, Kevin Bull, taking the first place spot. You know, Kevin, with that track and field background and a 3-minute time limit, I think he's got the cardio. I think he's got great fitness to get through and get that first place spot.
So you got the Kevins taking 1 and 2, huh?
Yeah, I got the K squad in first and second.
All right. Well, let's take a look at my picks. And before we do that, get on back there. And with my third place pick, I'm going with the Bull. Kevin Bull he's such an electrifying athlete, and he's known for doing crazy things on courses that other people don't think of. He hasn't been training as much as he's wanted to in the past couple of years, but I think there's no replacing the level of experience and the level of skill that he has. So I'm expecting him to podium and make his way to the first major event. But second place, I'm going with Kyle Soderman, and he's already qualified for the first major, but this is one of a shorter course, in a 3-minute course. He is one of the speed athletes, flow, momentum, speed. He is so quick, and I think this course really plays to his strengths. And, speaking along those lines, Thomas Stilling is another athlete like that, as he is so quick, so fast, so efficient. I think this course was built for Kyle and Thomas to shine, and I'm picking Thomas Stilling to be taking that first place spot and showing us why he's such a top-level elite athlete. But so those are my picks on the men's side. So, Chris, you can come on back.
I really hope I win next week.
Well, we'll find out.
We'll see.
Yeah. But no, on the men's side, we have so many different picks. I feel like they're just more athletes on the men's side to choose from, and there's so many elite athletes. It's hard to nail down who's going to be taking those top 3 spots.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good athletes competing, a lot of American Ninja Warrior veterans competing, people who've been doing Ninja for a really long time. Somebody that I do want to mention that just missed out on my top 3 was Nick Hansen. My guy.
My guy!
Love Nick Hansen, but, Nick, as we said before, trains, on driftwood. He trains in a very different setting up in Alaska. Doesn't have this big gym environment. And, I just think I think in a lot of ways there's a lot of strengths that come from that. He's very adaptable. But I think the people who train in the gym environment, who've competed in gyms before, I think they get the edge.
Yeah, and what's really interesting is this is going to be Nick's first Ninja competition that's not American Ninja Warrior. And there's a lot of big differences between American Ninja Warrior and, local competitions like this. And one of the big ones is on American Ninja Warrior, you hit a buzzer, you move on. Doesn't matter how long you take, as long as you hit the buzzer within the time limit when there is one. And here, we could have 8 finishers and still only the top 3 move on. So I'm curious to see, how that strategy affects Nick being his first time competing in an environment like that.
Yeah, it's just a different strategy. There's different pacing involved. It's just a little bit different. So we're going to see how he does. I expect him to do well, but just didn't make it into my top 3.
But right now, we actually have a sneak peek of somebody's run, somebody that we both have in our top 3, Kevin Bull. And so let's check out how he's going to do in our sneak peek for Traverse Fitness.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go!
He's looking good. That looks like maybe a first place run right there.
I mean, that's Kevin Bull, though, is like, I said, he hasn't been training that much as he's used to in, recent years, but he's so confident, he's so efficient. You can't replace the experience and the skill that he has with any amount of training.
Yeah, and also just the fitness level. I mean, this guy was a track and field athlete back in the day before he started doing ninja, and he's just got such good fitness, great cardio, and on a tight course like this, a 3-minute time limit, that's an athlete that's going to have an edge.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's why I had him in my top 3, you know? But you'll get to see all the action, the rest of Kevin's run, and everyone else tomorrow and find out the 6 athletes that punched their ticket to the major event on November 2nd. That's all going to be available tomorrow at unxnow.com. You know, until next time, I'm Ethan Swanson.
And I'm Chris DeGangi, and we'll see you on UNX Now.